Today we're talking about why Google cannot scale your home improvement business. And the reason is because Google is limited to people searching. So you're only ever going to be able to reach out to the people who are actively searching that day, which is a limited passive strategy. So you're just waiting for people to search, and then maybe you have an SEO strategy. You're waiting for people again to search. Maybe you have a billboard. You're waiting for people to see your billboard and call you. These are all passive strategies that leave you waiting and wondering where your next customer is coming from. And a lot of people complain about Facebook leads, but Facebook leads are the most scalable leads for home improvement companies ever. And the largest companies on the planet understand this and execute it flawlessly. So today we're going to tell you exactly how you have to treat Facebook leads different than Google leads, but why it's going to change your business and completely take the cap off, the lid off of your company. So we're going to tell you what makes a good Facebook ad. We're going to tell you what makes a good form on your web page for those Facebook leads to actually fill out, how to treat them on the follow-up, which is different than how you treat a Google lead. So if a Google lead comes in and you're talking to them on the phone, you're actually having to treat them quite a bit different than you're treating a Facebook lead because the intent is a lot higher. And this is where most people drop the ball, by the way, is on the follow-up. And then 5, how to actually get started and just launch your Facebook ads campaign. So we're going to give you all the secrets we've learned. Nick and I'm joined by my co-host, Nick Pilson. We co-own a marketing and media agency called Collab Studios. We work pretty heavily in the home improvement space. We've helped home improvement clients generate over $100 million in revenue using these exact same strategies, primarily focused on one platform, and that platform is Facebook. Google is a great strategy, but it is limited and passive. Facebook is proactive and virtually unlimited. So if you want to be able to scale your business and finally break that $2 million, $3 million, $5 million ceiling that you've been hitting year after year, this episode is 100% for you because we're just going to give away all the secrets.
Yep. Yeah, to think about it really simply, at least in my head, neither one is inherently bad. Like, it's not like Google's bad. It's just there's two extremely different intents. I almost think of it as Google is inbound marketing, so you're waiting for people to contact you, like HVAC company near me because my AC just went out. You're waiting for them, whereas Facebook, we're going out to say, hey, we're an HVAC company and we offer this special service that you should get right now. And now I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, I should, because I have no idea how good my air conditioner is, and it's supposed to be 90 degrees next week.
Yep.
So neither one is bad. I think they actually work great together. But to your point, they're definitely different, and they need different approaches kind of throughout the whole process.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. One of the biggest mistakes I see home improvement companies making when it comes to generating leads and marketing is they don't understand the difference between Google and Facebook. And it's like this. Imagine you're in a room with 100 people. Now, you can either wait for people to come up and talk to you, or you can go around and talk to people. Which scenario is going to have your best chance at talking to the most people? Say your goal is to talk to all 100 people. If you're just standing there and waiting for those 100 people to talk to you, it's not going to happen. Some people are going to talk to you, but you're waiting and you're passive. If you go around strategically tapping people on the shoulder and starting that conversation, your chance of talking to all 100 people in the room skyrockets.
Yeah.
That's exactly the same strategy as Facebook versus Google. Facebook is you go tapping people, you're going and tapping people on the shoulder and saying, hey, if you're interested in getting a new roof, you may be interested in hearing about this offer that ABC Roofing is running right now.
Yep.
There's always more potential demand than there is actual demand. The actual demand are the people searching on Google saying, roofing companies near me. Now, they're both good, but one is virtually unlimited and the other one is capped.
Yep. And think about how different, if you use that room example,
Yep.
you going to 100 people or you hoping 100 people come to you, think about how different those interactions would be. And then, which I'll walk through it here, but then that's exactly the Google versus Facebook interaction. So if I'm in a room with 100 people and I own a company, I'll just use HVAC, and I'm an HVAC company and I'm waiting for 100 people to come to me, it's because they need me. So when someone comes up to me, they'll be like, hey, I know you're an HVAC guy. I've got this problem. Can you come look at it? Like, it's just like their intent of wanting you is so high.
Yes.
So your response, that interaction is extremely different. Whereas if we flip it to Facebook and now we go to 100 people and we say, hey, we have an HVAC company, our sales, or in our case, it's probably closer to like the ad, the delivery of a messaging of an ad, is going to be way different because we're trying to hook them in a different way.
They're not even interested.
They don't even know they need what we have. But also the follow-up, and which we'll go through every step here, and the difference between them both, the follow-up, the conversation, the way we're presenting everything, we have to do it in a different way because they didn't come up to us. They're not like, hey, we need you today. It's almost flipped. We know you need us, but you don't know it. So here's the play at play or whatever.
Exactly. That's a flawless example because like Google kind of inherently, and this is not meant to offend anybody, but Google kind of makes you lazy.
It's the waiting game.
Right?
Yeah.
And it also kind of makes you lazy because in the beginning, when you don't need as many clients and you go to Google, maybe you're running a Google ad, maybe it's organic and you're just trying to get ranked. Both are pretty similar strategy. You are exactly like you said, when somebody comes up to you, you're kind of in the power position because they called you or they reached out to you first. And so what's the likelihood of you actually closing that deal is a lot higher because they're kind of already
in need,
sold. They've probably already looked at your website. They've probably already kind of cross-referenced you against some other people. They've read your reviews. So a lot of the selling's already happened. And that can make you feel like you're really good at selling or really good at closing deals, but maybe, you know, again, not to offend anybody, maybe you're not as good as you thought you were, and that's why you're not being successful using Facebook ads because Facebook ads require a totally different approach. Like you said, they didn't call you necessarily. They're warm, but they're not hot. Like a Google lead is like hot. They're like ready to go. Whereas a Facebook lead is warm and they could get there, but you have a few more things you need to do beforehand to establish that trust. And really it's really simple. So let's break down what makes a really great Facebook ad. Then we'll talk about what makes a really, really, really great follow-up phone conversation that's slightly different than a Google phone conversation with that lead. And then we'll be there. So what makes a really good Facebook ad?
You definitely have to have it structured, and I'll let you walk through this more, but you have to hook people. You have to, there's just a certain structure that you need to use when you actually create the ad, because again, people aren't coming to us to look for our ad. Like, we're trying to show people and we're trying to hook people to watch our content.
Yeah. So if I owned a home improvement company, and I do, I would structure my Facebook ad exactly like this. This is a winning ad script. This is a winning ad structure that has helped us help companies that we serve generate over $100 million in sales and hundreds of thousands of leads on Facebook. This is the exact structure we always use. Hook, problem, solution, credibility, call to action. Every script we've ever written for every Facebook ad that's ever crushed is that exact structure. So what does that look like? Here's an example. Hook. Hey, if you've been looking at getting a new roof, you may want to consider going with this company that offers trade-in value for your old metal roof or shingles, right? So I've got my hook, I've got my problem, and my solution. And sometimes the hook is the problem and the solution. So the hook was, if you're looking for a new roof, that's your problem. You've got a roof that you need replaced. You may want to look into this company that offers trade-in value for your old roof, right? So that's a solution. You may want to look into that. Then we've got our hook, we've got our problem, our solution, then we want to have our credibility. And then we say we've helped X amount of customers, 200 customers in the last few months get a brand new roof and save X amount of money, right?
Yep.
Then you go into your call to action. And right now, we're actually offering 60% off the installation, or you can say we're offering $3,500 trade-in value for your old roof. And now your call to action is click the link below to see if your zip code qualifies for this promotion, and you'll be glad that you did, right? So that ad right there, you could literally take that script I just read, put it into ChatGPT, say clean this up and make it for my business, and it will walk you through how to make that ad, and it will absolutely win. The other thing is you can just shoot it on your iPhone.
Yeah, which we've done. And it's crushed. You can literally hold your iPhone up like this, download an app called Prompt Smart Pro or some teleprompter app, put the script in there. It'll give you the teleprompter right on your screen, so you're reading the script as you're filming and recording it. You take that, you throw it into a free editing app like CapCut or something on your iPhone. Then you add B-roll, which is just videos or time lapses or photos of
projects you've already done. You add them as overlays over your talking, and you put in some captions automatically in the app. You upload that ad to Facebook, and you will 100% generate leads.
Yep.
If you set up the Facebook and the landing page side
Right.
correctly. So I guess I can't guarantee anything because people could mess it up.
But as far as the ad, like, you're spot on. We literally use that exact ad.
Yep.
And variations of it. So if you're watching, you might think, okay, so hook, problem, solution, credibility, call to action. How creative can you get if you just use the same script? Super creative. I mean, every single month we're making new variations of ads that sometimes are literally completely different. Some are humorous, some are more serious, but they all are structured on that same concept.
And, for an example, every movie you've ever watched, every play you've ever watched, every song you've ever heard, they're all structured pretty much identically.
Yep.
So every movie's a 3-part act.
Yep.
And every song is usually a intro, verse, chorus, outro, right?
Yep.
But how creative can you get? How many songs are there? So the structure is what you stick to, but you can be really creative with the different offers, different hooks, different problems, different solutions, different things
different
like that.
visuals, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so after the ad, then we're going to drive people to a landing page.
We want to talk about specifically how you want to treat your landing pages for Facebook leads differently than you would treat it for Google leads.
Yep. So what we do for our landing pages when we're driving traffic from a Facebook ad, we're supporting the ad. So if there's an offer in the ad, we're helping support that on the landing page.
Yep.
There is a structure we use on a landing page, but we've also done stuff super simpler. But I think the biggest thing we do is we continue to qualify that person on the landing page. So it's not, I watch the ad and everyone in the world gets this coupon code that they're offering. We always see if you qualify for this offer in some sort of variation. So how do we do that? We have a form, and we use a multi-step form. So it's kind of asking question by question by question, and they're all qualifying questions.
Exactly.
Probably a somewhat psychologically.
Yeah, psychologically.
That's a really big one. Like when a person's filling it out, in their head, they're like, oh, I really hope I qualify. Like, does my zip code qualify?
Yep.
Next question, have you owned your home for more than 10 years? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, I made it there. And you kind of just qualify them through these questions. That's probably the biggest thing we do. Sometimes you'll see, and I feel like you're starting to see it less because I think people are catching on, but I know I used to see all the time, like this laundry list of a form.
Yep.
And me as a consumer, I would never want to fill that out. Like,
Yeah.
that's super intimidating. So I don't even want to know if I qualify, because I don't want to take the time to do that. So that's why we use the multi-step.
Yep.
Because once you get to question 3, you're like, oh, maybe question 4 is it. You just keep going through it.
Yep.
And we don't have a ton of questions on there, so it's pretty simple. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not super long, but main thing on the landing page when you're driving traffic from a Facebook ad is you want to continue to qualify the person.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll sum that up. Like, if you run a home improvement business and you're driving Facebook leads to the exact same landing page that you're driving your Google leads, you're immediately going to hit a brick wall and think Facebook doesn't work, because the form on your web page where Facebook traffic is going has to be way different than the form on your web page where Google traffic is going. And the difference is this: a Facebook lead is curious, a Google lead is ready.
Mm-hmm.
So a curious lead is still trying to figure out whether this solution might make sense to them. A Google lead just wants somebody to call them.
Yep.
So you have to play to the curiosity of the Facebook lead if you want to see Facebook leads convert as good or way better than Google. And the only difference is this: you can send a Google lead to a form that is just a static form. It's got all the questions right there, basically just gathering contact information. A Facebook lead, you need to send them to a form that's a multi-step quiz form where it's asking them one question at a time and it's piquing their curiosity. So you're saying, see if your zip code qualifies for this current promotion. And first question, what's your zip code? They enter the zip code, they hit next. Then, hey, how long have you lived in your home? Or how old is the home? Enter next. It's like, what are you looking to get done? Roofing, windows, siding, whatever.
Yep.
They select, then next. Great. What's your name, email, phone number? Enter next. And then, thank you. Somebody from our team will be reaching out to you shortly to let you know if this might be a good fit.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So you've kept them curious the whole time. And even so, that that thank you page is piquing their curiosity again, so that when somebody calls, they actually want to answer that phone call. Then you simply have to continue on diagnosing and asking them questions when you get on the phone with them. Don't just assume they're ready to set an appointment like a Google lead is. Assume that they still have questions. Once you answer all those questions, they are ready to set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think you had a really good point there of just like we talked about with the ad and just like overall the difference between Facebook and Google, the intent. Just take that thought pattern through this entire process, because it really works. So on the landing page, you're still like trying to show them why they should continue on throughout the flow.
Exactly.
Whereas Google, I've got a problem, I just need you. Like,
Yep.
I'm not going to scroll through your page. I just want you to call me back.
They don't want to answer all the questions.
Right.
It actually will hurt you if you make your Google landing page the same as your Facebook landing page.
Right. Yep. So then that takes us to the follow-up.
Exactly.
So saw the ad, they went to the landing page, loved it, still interested, filled it out, and now I'm waiting for a call back.
Yep. Curiosity is the key here, because curiosity creates action. It just does. If you're curious, you'll act.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not curious, you won't act. If I told you, hey, Nick, there may or may not be $100
Right.
hidden right under that chair over there.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything else to get you to go over there.
Right.
You'll get up and you'll go.
Just like being a kid.
And you'll
Parents tell you don't do something, and
Yeah.
now I'm like, what if I do?
Curiosity creates action, even if you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
There could be no $100 under there, and you'd be like, I said may or may not be, right?
Yeah.
That's like Mr. Beast's entire, channel. It's like he's creating curiosity. What's in the mystery box? Maybe I could win. Every game show, it's like maybe I could win. Lottery,
Yeah.
right? Lottery, you lose money most of the time. but curiosity creates action, and action, one of those actions that it creates is buying.
Mm-hmm.
And a curious environment is an environment in which people feel like making a decision, making a purchase.
Yep.
You just have to essentially keep them curious the whole time and continue to increase their trust.
Yep.
That's it. Because again, like if I keep telling Nick that there's $100 bills under chairs and there's not,
Yep.
eventually he's not going to believe me, and he won't be taking the actions to go look for it.
Yeah.
So you want to not lie to people. So all the time that you're, keeping somebody in that curiosity loop, you want to actually be giving them what you said you'd give them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you told them to see if you qualify, you want to let them know if they qualify by giving them a phone call, right?
Yep.
So on the phone call, same thing. You're now triggering curiosity through a series of questions. And I like to think of the phone call like going to the doctor. You do not want to just jump straight to the prescription.
Right.
If a Google lead calls you and they say, "Hey, I want somebody to come out to my house and give me a quote,"
they jump straight to it.
You just go, "Cool, let's figure out a date and time." But a Facebook lead, they're not ready for that. They might not even know that's how it works. They might think they're just getting a quote on the phone. They might not understand that somebody even needs to come out to the home to give them a quote, right? So with a Facebook lead, we have to treat them like a patient, and we have to ask them questions. So the exact script we use is we call a person once we've got their lead information, and we say, "Hey, this is Joe with ABC Roofing. Am I speaking with Nick?" Person would say yes. We'd say, "Great. I saw that you'd submitted a form on our website looking to get some information on getting your roof replaced. What's going on with it?" Answer the question. Cool. How long have you lived in the home? Has the roof been replaced before? Have you noticed any leaks? Have you noticed X, Y, and Z? Okay, great. Now just to confirm, do you own or do you rent the home? We own it. Okay, great. Since you own the home, you do qualify for a free roof inspection where we'll send one of our roofing consultants out. They'll take a look at it, look for any and all damage, share that information with you, and also provide you with a detailed quote that will be good for a year.
That includes the offer, or
Yep.
if there was an offer.
Exactly.
That you qualify for the
Yep.
offer. Yeah.
Exactly. That's good for a year. Looks like our next available appointment is this day, this time. Now, in terms of scheduling, do you guys usually work during the day or the evening? They'll tell you, you say, "Okay, well, here's my evening time." That could work if they work during the day. It's like, "Okay, great. That sounds good." And then last thing I need is an address from you. Get the address, schedule it, done. Most people, that's as easy as it is, by the way, to set a Facebook lead. But most people think Facebook doesn't work because they get on the phone and they call the Facebook lead and they say, "Hey, is this Nick?"
Yep.
"Yeah, okay, I was calling to get your roof inspection scheduled. What date and time works for you?"
Yeah. And then they're like, "Well, I don't even.
Whoa.
I didn't even say I wanted an inspection. I was just trying to see if I could get this deal and how much it would cost me."
"Yeah, well, I just need your address." And
Yeah.
he's like, "Address? I
You
don't
go
know if I
straight
even
for the kill.
trust you," right?
Yeah.
So the questions build the trust, by the way. That's why you trust a doctor, because
Right.
they're asking you a bunch of questions that are related to your problem.
Yep.
And so you're trusting them because they're actually asking you questions. And
Yeah.
if somebody doesn't ask you questions and they're just going straight for the kill, you inherently don't trust them immediately because you're like, these people just want my money. They're going
Yep.
right for it. But you don't know that because you're treating them like a Google lead, whereas a Google lead does just want to give you their address and get something scheduled
Yep.
most of the time.
So we've worked with different, we'll call them call centers, but different like admin staff who make these inbound and outbound phone calls. And like when we work with a brand new company to do lead gen for them, they usually have someone or a team of people or a couple people like doing usually inbound. They're doing inbound phone calls, so someone calls them. But lead generation is really doing outbound phone calls. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
so
lead generation with Facebook. Facebook is doing outbound.
Yep.
Inbound versus outbound. Yep.
So we get a lot, and I totally believe them, but we get told a lot, like, yeah, we've got a great call center staff here. Like, they're really good. We'll have no problems with them. And we inherently know, like, okay, they've never done Facebook leads before. These are way different. And we've been proven, or it's been proven time and time again,
Yes,
that
100%.
there's a little bit of an issue that starts to arise. And then
Yep.
we have to kind of help them through the process. And hey, Facebook leads are different.
Yep. Because they said their call center's good, which they are at a certain type.
Right.
Like, they're good at one thing, but they're not good at another.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we can help you through it. Like, it's not
Yep.
like you guys aren't good at your jobs. It's just a different approach, like you were saying. But that's where I think it's really important, if you're doing different kinds of lead generation or you have inbound and outbound, it's really good to track it.
Yep.
So if you have a CRM and your admin staff, whoever's making the calls, can know that Jane Doe was a Facebook lead, now I know instantly how to approach that phone call.
Yep.
Or if Jane Doe, the second, is a Google lead, I need to take that phone call a little bit
100%.
differently. I'm the same person. I can do both of them. It's just a little bit different of approach to each phone call.
It's not that complex.
No,
Neither
no.
way is that complex.
It's just the communication of it.
You just have to understand where the person is in the journey.
Yep.
But there are far more people. If you run a home improvement business and you're trying to generate leads, there are far more people who could be interested if you tapped them on the shoulder and told them what you offer,
Yeah.
than there are people who are going to come up to you and ask you for your service.
Yep.
There are far more potential people in demand than there are actual people in demand at any given time.
Yep.
That's how you scale a business, is you actually create the demand. You don't wait for the demand.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, Joey, I know you just bought a new house. I know it's an old farmhouse. It looks incredible. I own an HVAC company. I'm actually, I can come inspect your furnace and your AC unit. I know it's an old house, and I know you're super excited to live there, so I want to make sure you're set up. And if there's any issues with those units, we're actually offering $3,000 off a complete new system right now.
Yep.
So you might not need that, but I wanted to at least just offer it to you because I want to make sure you're set up and really get the most enjoyment out of your new house. You would have never known that if you didn't see me see me present that.
Exactly. And I probably would figure out later that I need a new AC unit or an HVAC system because mine's annoying and old.
Yep.
But since you came up to me before, like, I might have contacted somebody on Google a year down the road because I just got annoyed.
Yep.
But you came up to me and you're like, hey, a lot of times people who buy these old farmhouses, they complain about the units. And I just wanted to let you know, like, we are currently running this. So if you're thinking about replacing it in the next year or so anyway,
Now's a great time.
now's a great time to do it. So now you just created demand. And what's so cool about that is if you get to the person before they're even thinking about doing it, there's no competition.
Yeah. And you're living, correct. You're living in their head.
Because later, when they go to search, if you never approach them, whoever pops up on Google might get their business before you. Or they might, they might have to do some more research or due diligence or whatever. But if you just showed up to them on a Facebook ad or even in person, like Nick's analogy, Facebook ad is kind of like you walking up to somebody in person and saying, hey, if you've been thinking, you can literally structure an ad like, hey, if you've been thinking about replacing your AC maybe in the next year or two, right now might be the greatest time to do it because ABC HVAC is actually offering trade-in value for your old unit, and you can get up to $3,500 trade-in value towards your new one. So if you're thinking about doing it anyway, I would just click the link below, see if they still have any units in stock for their trade-in program. and if they service your area. And I think you'll be glad that you did. Right?
Yep,
That's
exactly.
a whole ad.
Yeah.
That's a whole ad right there.
Yeah.
Because all we need to do is get people to get them curious, get them to a landing page. Then they enter a series
Convert through the landing
answer a
page.
series of questions that are piquing curiosity. They're basically unwrapping a present to see what's inside.
Yep.
And then once they get to the bottom of it, you're like, hey, you qualify. So they're getting that gift. They're getting that present. And sometimes people don't qualify. Maybe they're out of the area. They're not in an eligible zip code. So it does two things. It filters out people who don't qualify, and it filters down to just people who do. And it also gives that person like, I won. I got it. I got the $3,500.
Yep.
And now they're in a
I should probably do this
action.
so I don't lose it.
They're in an action mindset. So they're in a series of taking action. So then if you call them really quickly, so if you imagine they fill out a form and you had somebody call them within 2 minutes, they're already high in that action mindset. Then you say, hey, I can have somebody come out tomorrow to look at the unit. They're like, sweet, this thing's moving. And you
The
keep them in that
excitement's there.
action.
Yep.
And you're gonna keep, if you keep them in that action and you keep the traction going, you're gonna be able to close sales at a much, much, much higher rate. And we've seen it time and time and time and time and time again. This is how the biggest companies that are at the largest scale, they do it. It's called speed to lead. They run the ad. Once they get the lead, they call them as fast as possible. They get out there as fast as possible. They sell them as fast as possible. They install it as fast as possible. They do the best job that they can. People love speed. They love convenience. They love speed. And that's why money follows speed.
Yep.
Like the faster you can get it. How fast can I get there? How fast can I get my food? How fast can, I get done working at my job? How fast can this get done? People love things being done quick, because the quicker it's done, the longer they get to enjoy whatever the thing it is that they paid for.
Yep. Yeah. Are there any other steps?
No. Do a good job once you sell them.
But as far as getting to that point.
As far as getting the actual customer, this is assuming that you have a good, sales process, but follow the same pattern in sales is keep them curious, ask the right questions. Don't just try to jump to the gun and sell, and make sure whatever you're presenting to them is something that they want and understand the value on. Then when you present the price,
it's just based on the exact thing that they said.
It's
they
based
wanted.
on what they wanted, right? So as long as I've heard it said, when trust is high, price is low. When price is high, trust is low. So your whole goal is to build trust, and the greatest way to build trust is to ask questions, because when you're asking questions, what you're doing is you're saying, I am here for you. You are not here for me. I'm here to serve you. People trust people who serve them. The greatest way you can indicate that you're serving them is by asking them questions. People do not trust the doctor who just comes in, does a quick thing, and they're like, yep. You can feel that they're just trying to get out the door, and they're like, yeah, maybe try this medication. That should clear it up. I gotta run. I'm probably going to get a second opinion.
Right.
Because I don't know if that guy is going to kill me with his prescription or not.
Right.
They trust the doctor who sits there and goes, what's going on? Where does it hurt? How long has it been? Ah, man, I'm sorry about that. The doctor who asks the most questions, you're going to trust them. And whatever they prescribe to you, you're going to go get it.
Yep.
No matter the price, because when trust is high, price is low. But when trust is low, price is high. So I could be like, hey, Nick, you want to buy this watch for $100? And the watch might be worth $300. It's not, but it might be worth $300. And if you don't trust me, like I'm just a guy on a street corner you don't know, you're going to be like, I'm not buying that for $100, because you don't trust me, even though you might be able to buy it and go sell it for $300 and make a profit. Right. But if you really trust me and I'm your friend, we've known each other, I'm like, hey, bro, like I've got this old watch. It's really nice. It's worth a good amount. I'd be happy to sell it to you for $100. I know you're looking for one. I'd want to help you out. If you trust me, you'd be like, $100, dude, I'll give you $150 for it. Right? Like, when trust is high, price is low. So really, if you keep struggling with presenting a price and people just, oh yeah, you did a great job. We'll call you back. Got to talk to my wife. Got to talk to my husband. Got to, X, Y, and Z, whatever. It's just simply one indication you didn't build trust. And if you didn't build trust, it's because you didn't ask questions and you didn't really care. You don't have to learn any sales techniques or appointment setting techniques or marketing techniques. You don't really have to learn any of those techniques if you just simply care about serving the customer.
I like that.
More than you care about serving yourself and trying to make money.
Yep. I like that. Yeah. So to kind of recap, I think just the biggest thing, an overarching statement is for lead generation, Google and Facebook are two different animals. Obviously platform-wise, but even the approach at both of them.
Yep.
I don't think either one of them are bad. I actually think they're both good, and I think they're even better when you work at them together. But to your point, and the way you started this is if you want to break through that wall and actually scale and have some control on that scalability, then Meta Ads is a great place to go.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us on this episode of How to Get Customers, where we help home improvement businesses get leads and set appointments so that they can increase their sales. We've helped companies, brands all across the country generate over $100 million in sales over the last 5 years. In the home improvement space, we're giving away everything that we know. So if you like what you're hearing, we're coming at you every morning, every day. We film them in the morning, but they'll be live every weekday.
You'll see me drinking my coffee every morning.
And you can comment what you want to learn about, and we'll just break it down. We'll give everything. We'll show you the insides of
our goal is
our
literally
computers.
just share everything we know and do.
Yeah, we want to see home improvement businesses succeed, and there are really, really, really simple ways to achieve this, and it's not as complex as you think. So we're taking the complexities, making them simple, and showing you how you can grow your business. So thank you so much for joining us on this episode of How to Get Customers. We'll see you in the next one.